Now, the Indian Cricket Board announced the schedule for India's home series of the men's cricket team for 2025, and there is a series against South Africa that is lined up towards the end of the year, November and December. It is a long series as it has matches that's across all three formats, Tests, T20s and ODIs. And guess what? One of the venues to host the games is Delhi, India's capital. And what's the one thing that comes to mind when we talk about November and Delhi? It's not Festival of Lights, it's not Diwali, it's not Christmas, that's right, pollution. The city is a smog fest towards the end of the year, and that's how it's been for some years now. Of course, BCCI were quick to rubbish any opposition to this scheduling. Questions over why Delhi was decided as host, considering this series was being held towards the end of the year, was met with a rather quizzical response. This is what BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia told one of the dailies.
We've considered all factors and have gone by the rotation policy after discussing it with everyone. The pollution issue doesn't happen every year.
Rotation policy, that means nothing when the city has been fighting for pollution, fighting against air pollution for many years now. It's great to honor rules and give every association its pound of flesh, but at what cost? And what makes this decision more dubious is the fact that Delhi has had a history with this. In fact, 2 Ranji fixtures were called off in 2016, many years ago, in fact, due to the condition of air back then in the capital. This was, of course, the scene in 2017. That's just a year afterwards when Sri Lanka toured India for a bilateral. They were fixtured in to play a test in Delhi. I was part of the broadcast back then. Players wore masks during the game. Many Lankans complained of breathing troubles during that test. A Sri Lankan fast bowler, Suranga Lakmal, fell ill due to this, threw up complaining of massive nausea. And that's not surprising. AQI in Sri Lanka is 74 that year during that month, and that match particularly, the AQI recorded in Delhi was 316. Dinesh Chandimal, the Lankan captain back then, was furious. There was a lot of rebellion regarding Delhi playing host to cricket matches thereafter, owing to this debacle, resulting in the city being banned from hosting international games for the next 5 years. Bangladesh, of course, cancelled their training during the 2023 ODI World Cup game against Sri Lanka. That was again a result of air pollution. I'm just putting out facts here, what actually happened. And if you think this is all in the past and things have possibly changed now, like many officials seem to believe, then you are sadly mistaken. Average AQI, that's in November, last year was 375. The previous year, 2024, was 372. 2022 saw a dip, 320. So you think that it is reducing? No. 2021 was 377 and back in 2020 it was 328. Things haven't drastically changed over time, and that's the biggest worry that DDCA, the Delhi District Cricket Association, and the BCCI are grappling with. DDCA says they will do all in their power to make this test work.
The DDCA will take all measures possible to ensure players are comfortable when they play the test match. Also, the Arun Jaitley Stadium is located in a relatively open area with more green area around. So the air quality is better than in most other areas.
A lot of this seems difficult to navigate. Athletes of all people need clean air, especially when their heart rates are up because they're indulging in physical activity, a great deal of it, consistently through the day. The Delhi venue is going to host one of the test matches. That's 5 consecutive days in November. How do authorities plan on ensuring all cricketers will inhale clean air throughout the test when not just history but proven facts supported by statistics definitively show otherwise?
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers
who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.